gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Western Racing. And in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at Series 31 of the Spin Master Monster Jam Double Down Showdown 2-packs. This is an interesting set. This is a very interesting set because it has, each pack in here has a different, thing that's worth pointing out. It's very, very weird. It's interesting to see what they packed into this series and what they seemingly left out as well, just because, like I said, there's some interesting stuff thrown in here that I'm excited to talk about today. And rather than wasting time, let's get into it. It's a pretty, I don't want to say it's basic. It's not a basic set of doubles packs. There are some heavy hitters in here. Well, no, I'll say it. It's a basic set of double packs. There's an independent, there's a never before seen truck in here. It's a Gravedigger, all the different Feld identities, a fantasy identity. Yeah, this is what I would describe as basically a standard mid set of double packs. It's not a crazy cool set of double packs. It's also not a horrible set of double packs. However, Series 32 I would describe as a horrible set of double packs, and Series 33 I would describe as a crazy cool set of double packs. So it's kind of funny how that worked out. But anyways, we're going to get right into it. We've got a total of 8 trucks that we got to look at today, 4 double packs, and we're going to start off with this one right here, Gravedigger versus Whiplash. This is really fascinating to me because does anybody else find it really weird that Whiplash is suddenly getting a lot more die-cast recently? We got the Mystery Mutter that popped up all of a sudden. Now Whiplash is appearing in a double pack with Gravedigger of all trucks. I don't want to jump to conclusions and say that this might be a hint Whiplash returns at some point. Maybe the copyright is going to expire and they got to bring the truck back to life or something. I don't know. I just find it really weird that we're getting a lot of Whiplashes out of nowhere for some reason. So that's really fascinating. Also, does anybody else find it really weird that the name has not been changed to Whiplash, even though Monster Jam has a Marvel license now, since that was the whole reason why they couldn't use Whiplash in the first place? I don't know. I think the way that it works is Mattel has the action figures license for Whiplash, or the toy license for Whiplash. So even if Monster Jam has a Marvel thing going, they still can't use the name Whiplash. I don't know how it works, if I'm being completely honest. But it does kind of make me wish that they would have done a 2-pack, or really integrated the Marvel trucks into the normal mainline, because if they would have done that, we could have gotten an Iron Man and Whiplash 2-pack, which would have been really cool for the Iron Man 2 movie. I think that was the movie that Whiplash was in, with Robert Downey Jr. anyways. I can't remember, if I'm being completely honest. But yeah, anyways, enough yammering. Let's get into the review here. We're going to start it off with Gravedigger, and I got to be honest, not a bad release of Gravedigger. This is a pretty neat looking Gravedigger. Got a black body, green roll cage, gray chassis, black tires with red rims, and a tinted window insert. Side panel, you got the classic Gravedigger livery, the 2010s Gravedigger livery, which looks pretty solid. I do like that a lot. The flames on the hood with the lights. It's Gravedigger. We've seen Gravedigger a million times by now. You should know what this truck looks like. If you don't, then what are you doing? But yeah, it's Gravedigger. And I'm not going to lie, the colors on this one actually kind of work. The red rims weirdly works on Gravedigger. It's kind of, well, it's the lights. I think it matches the lights. I don't know. I actually really think this release of Gravedigger, it's not great by any means, but for a double pack release of Gravedigger, not terrible. I can get behind that. And then the weird one here, Whiplash. I love Whiplash, don't get me wrong, but like I said, I just find it weird that we're getting so many releases of this truck out of nowhere, seemingly. Baby blue body, baby blue roll cage, gray chassis, black tires with turquoise colored rims, and a tinted window insert. Got the Whiplash logo on the side, or the W, because they can't use the name Whiplash because of that licensing thing. Got all the pinstriping down the side here, this floral design. Got the leather design, all this different bordering, embossing and stuff, Monster Jam logo. This side's exactly the same but mirrored. On the back end, you get the Whiplash. It used to say genuine Whiplash around that. It doesn't anymore with the leather and the floral pattern. On the front, you got that floral pattern, the pinstriping with the grille and the headlights, as well as that emblem on the front. And then on the hood, you've got Whiplash's logo, the leather. It's basically cowgirl. It's a cowgirl truck. That's what the whole theme behind it is. But, like I said, I kind of miss this truck. This truck retired, or started right around the time I got back into Monster Jam, and retired soon after. So I really do feel like this truck deserves a chance to come back at some point, because I really feel like it didn't get enough time in the spotlight. I feel like either that, or it was just absolutely unpopular and nobody liked it and just wanted it gone, I guess. I don't know. I don't mind the truck. I think it's fine. All right, our next 2-pack is Earthshaker versus Megalodon. This pack I actually kind of like, and the reason why I like this pack is because of what they did with the setup on this. So let's go ahead and open it and I'll explain what I'm talking about here. I have always said that if they're going to do colorful, goofy releases of trucks, to do it in the double packs. That's the best place for it, because, you know, you're buying 2 trucks for the price of one, pretty much. Or you're buying 2 trucks for a singular price. Who cares if they're a little colorful? If you want a singular truck, that would be where you would want the actual good design at. So you're not getting a goofy bonus truck mixed in. I do like the colors on this one because, as I said, or as I kind of hinted at when we, well, actually, this was the first set of double packs we covered on Monster Truck Diecast News Weekly. So that's fun to think back to that. And I remember when I originally talked about these, this is what I said. I said that I liked this set because of the way that they did the different trucks. So you have a standard Earthshaker body with a black roll cage, black chassis setup, which looks pretty cool. And then for the tires, they did yellow, which is the body's base color, and brown, which is the main decal color. And I think that looks really cool. Like, I think that matches very, very well. I like the black chassis there. This is a vibe I can get behind. If you're going to do colorful trucks, don't make them ugly. Like, this is a pretty good example of how to do a colorful truck and have it look good. I can get behind this. This is fine. I do like this indeed. Earthshaker, you got the stripes. Oh, God. And then you got that negative space back here as well. They did not go with the dirt on this one, which honestly, I kind of wish they would have. Like, this isn't a super realistic version of Earthshaker. They could have gotten away with the dirt on this one. I'm kind of glad that they still do the dirt on some versions of Earthshaker, though. I do think that's really cool. But yeah, there you go. There's the Earthshaker right there. And then following that same theme as before, we have the Megalodon. And basically, as I said before, it's black on black for the chassis setup. And then what they did is they did this right here, a dark blue color, or dark navy blue color, which kind of is the body, and then the gray, which matches the main decal color. So again, the colors are a little off on this one. Like, I feel like if they would have used Whiplash's rim color, actually not really, that's more of a green. If they would have used a darker blue on the rim, I think, or a grayer blue on the rim, it probably would have looked a lot better. But yeah, the theme is relatively the same on this one. I will say I think the Earthshaker does it better, but yeah, here's the Megalodon right here. Same deal as before. The logo looks a little brighter, bigger too. Very, very more, it feels a lot more prominent on this one. But yeah, there you go. There's the Megalodon. Very nice. Very, very nice. All right. Next up, we get into the interesting stuff. So this was a neat 2-pack because it featured the third ever release of one truck. And it was also just fun because of the theme. It is Nightmare versus Northern Nightmare. As I said in Diecast News Weekly, it does not take a genius to figure out why these two are paired together. Makes perfect sense, honestly. So yeah, Nightmare versus Northern Nightmare. Let's go ahead and open her up. Like I said, this is the third ever release. This is the third Nightmare that they've ever done. I feel like this truck is pretty popular with fans. I'm not exactly the biggest fan just because I'm kind of tired of all the horse trucks personally. Except Horsepower. Horsepower is the GOAT. We all know that. But yeah, Nightmare was never one that I was too excited for. The casting work on Nightmare is definitely really cool. I will give credit where credit is due to that. That is really neat. Is it excessive? 100%. I'll explain to you why here in a second. All right. So let's go ahead and review Nightmare first. Since it was on the left, we always review the left truck first. Here we go. So here is the Nightmare. Now, if you've never seen Nightmare before, it is a play on words, nightmare, knight as in knight or cavalier, and then mare as in horse. So that's, it's a pretty good joke, honestly. Like, I do like that a lot. That's pretty good. So yeah, we have a brown colored body with a yellow roll cage, red chassis, yellow tires, gray rims, no window insert. Chassis is ugly. I'll just say it straight up. Chassis on this truck is absolutely ugly. I kind of see what they were going for. Doesn't look great though. What I will point out here is all the paint detail on the body here. You got all the garments and stuff, the flags and everything across it with that, what's the bitey stick for the mouth? I forget what it's called, but yeah, you got all the different details here. It's a Dark Ages horse is what it's meant to be, like a jousting horse. And the reason why it's called Nightmare is because, as you can see, it is a knight in shining armor. Now, here's something that I want to point out here. This casting is completely different. So whereas Horsepower, Racing Stripes, Aqua Stallion, Sparkle Smash, they all use the same casting, they just have different plastic inserts. This is not like that. The body on this is completely unique to this truck because if you can't tell, This plastic piece pops out of the body. The body ends right here. You can just barely make it out. This does not cover the body. The body is literally separated right here. Not only that, all of this is 3D on there. So it is really interesting to me that for another horse truck, they completely redesigned the horse body for this. I think it looks cool, but like very interesting to me that they would go that extra mile for a seemingly often forgotten truck. I don't know. It just seems really weird to me that they'd do that, but it is cool nonetheless. I do think Nightmare is a pretty innovative idea. Wouldn't say it's one of their best though. I do think there's a lot of examples of other custom concept Spin Master trucks that have been made that are way better than Nightmare, but I do think that they at least tried with this, and it is cool. I do like the sword on top of the helmet there. So there you go. There's Nightmare. I wanted to take a little bit of time to talk about that one just because we never see it. Like, that is literally the second time we've seen that truck on this channel. We never talk about that truck. Here is one that we've talked about, I think, twice now, Northern Nightmare. I miss Northern Nightmare. I really do. Even though I'm not Canadian, I really do think this was one of Monster Jam's cooler trucks. Cam McQueen was also an incredible driver. So just, I don't know. I miss Northern Nightmare. I thought it was cool. So you got the classic Northern Nightmare body on here, red roll cage, black chassis, red tires, gray rims. So they kind of went for the same vibe as this one, but this time around it feels a bit more fitting on this one. So the chassis, I will say, is not as ugly on this truck, but it is still not fantastic by any means. Monster Jam Canada CA, you got the website changed for the Canadian tour, which I think is really cool. That's great attention to detail that they changed it for the Canadian website. Northern Nightmare, and then 2012 Freestyle Champion. Love that little detail up there. That's awesome. And I love the fact, oh no, it is the new World Finals logo. I was going to say, it is interesting to me. I wish what they would do is they change the Monster Jam logos on the Freestyle Champions to make them match the era that they're actually from. That would be really cool. They did that for the Split Paint Job Avenger, and honestly, the Split Paint Job Avenger was kind of ruined for me because the Monster Jam logos, both on the side and the roof, were not accurate for the time period. It was very, very distracting. But yeah, there's the Northern Nightmare, everybody. It's pretty forgettable. Honestly, kind of mid. All right, there's that. And now we move on to the final double pack, and this double pack hits. This is the best double pack of the whole set, no questions asked. It is Thunderosaurus versus Velociraptor. We got our two dinos, well, dinosaur and dino. I think this is technically a robotic kaiju, if I'm not mistaken. I think technically this is not Thunderosaurus is not a dinosaur, technically. I think it's basically a mecha Godzilla, if you will, which Godzilla is a kaiju, not a dinosaur. So it's hard to say. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Godzilla is a dinosaur. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about half the time. But I will say I could have sworn somewhere I heard Thunderosaurus is technically not a dinosaur. But anyway, that aside, Velociraptor is. Also, I just want to say, this 2-pack is really, really cool. Getting a secondary release of the purple and orange Velociraptor was huge. For everybody who missed it the first time, you now have an opportunity to get the truck, which is huge. That's cool. But not only that, getting a new variant of Thunderosaurus is pretty big as well. Even though it would have been way cooler for them to do the Red World Finals one, I'm not totally against them doing this the way that they did this. However, Thunderosaurus is very quickly becoming the new Monster Mutt Dalmatian for Spin Master. It really seems like they're trying to pretend this truck doesn't exist sometimes. Like the trainer truck, the dirt bike, both being red, even though the truck it's based off of is silver, not red. Very rarely does this thing ever get changed or get new designs or variants. It's still using the original render body instead of the actual running design. It really feels like, to me anyways, that Spin Master does not care about Thunderosaurus, because it really feels like that truck gets zero love from Spin Master. But you want to know who does get love? Me. Because, you know, guys, I gotta admit, I didn't think they'd do it, but Spin Master, I love the subtle shout out to the channel right here. I mean, come on, red and black, it's Weston Racing, you know, and they know I like Thunderosaurus, so it's like, oh, you know, I really appreciate the shout out, Spin Master. I'm very honored to see that you're still representing small channels, and yeah, I think this is really cool. Obviously, this is not a shout out to me, but I do think it's really ironic because, I'll be honest, the colors do sway my opinion a little bit. I might be a little biased here because I'm both a Thunderosaurus fan and my favorite colors are red and black. Dare I say one of the best trucks of 2025 I'm holding in my hand right now? Let me know in the live chat and in the comments if you disagree or agree, but dare I say probably one of the top 10 best trucks of 2025 right here. I mean, This thing's pretty freaking clean, let's be honest. It's awesome. But yeah, that is the black Thunder Roars. And I gotta say, the colors do work for the body here. I think if they would have done this color scheme on the actual running body, I don't think it would have looked as good. Dare I say, I don't think it would have looked as good, which is kind of a crazy comment to make. But there is something about this design that I think works really well with this color scheme. I don't know. That's just my opinion. Anyways, that's the black Thunder Roars. This thing looks sweet. I really hope they do the World Finals red Thunder Roars. That thing has run twice now in real life. It would be really cool to see them acknowledge that truck's existence and do a die-cast release of it. So there you go. Thunder Roars. I love Thunder Roars. Very much. Huge appreciation from the Thunder Roars fan club on that one. That one's awesome. And then going over to Team Throttle Monster, our only independent truck that we're going to look at today in today's video is Velociraptor. And, you know, I kind of would have loved a variation of the truck without eyeballs. That would have been really cool from Spin Master, but it's like Dragon. I've just gotten used to it at this point. I don't even care anymore. But yeah, here you go. Here is Velociraptor. Like I said, it's really cool to see this truck back from the dead. We've got a purple roll cage, black chassis, black tires, purple rims. Pretty nice little chassis setup. It is, I'm not going to lie, with the body colors, it is a little hard on the eyes, but you get used to it pretty quick. Tinted window insert up here, red line oil on the front. Yeah. One thing I will say about Speedmaster is that I wish they'd make more. They got a couple of the red Velociraptor and the black one. They should make them. If they put in the money to make this custom casting design, they might as well just keep making Velociraptors. That's one thing I genuinely don't understand about Speedmaster, is that they will spend the money to make a casting like this and then only make 3 releases of the truck in 2 years. It's very weird to me. Like, I get not pumping it out as many as you can all at once, but at the same time, it feels like you're not pumping out enough at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, I think you make a custom casting like this and then only 3 variations, 2 of which are identical body designs in 2 years. Kind of crazy. Like, it is just a little weird to me. That was the same thing, or the same thought that I guess I was trying to bring up earlier when I was bringing up Nightmare here, was that it was really, really weird to me that they spent the time and money to redesign the horsepower casting for a one-off truck that's only gotten 3 releases in 3 or 4 years. Like, that's very strange to me. I don't know. Spinmaster works in... I can never say this about Hot Wheels because it's not really fitting for Hot Wheels. Spin Master though, Spin Master works in very mysterious ways. Like, I know I say it all the time. They confuse me with some of the stuff that they do. It never makes any logical sense. But anyways, there you go, everybody. That is the Series 31 double packs. Solid set, honestly. If you pick these up, congratulations. If you want to get them. I recommend it. You know, I always say this like I'm talking about the full set. Not even that. Like, if you want to get individual sets, do it. Honestly, Velociraptor and a black and red a Weston Racing Thunder Roars, if you will. That's a killer double pack. Like, that, I could almost justify paying double for that single pack alone. Like, that is crazy how cool that double pack is. The Gravedigger Whiplash one's pretty solid too. Earthshaker Megalodon would be fun for like just the colors on it. Nightmare, Northern Nightmare, unless you're a fan of those 2 trucks, I wouldn't recommend that double pack. That one's kind of mid. But yeah, that's all I got for today's video, guys. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next diecast unboxing video. Thank you and good night.